Hi everyone, this is Oscar Nails. In this video, I'll show you how to make your nails longer while keeping them looking natural. You've worked hard to grow your nails long and suddenly one of them breaks. When that happens, give this method a go. The result will look like this, and you won't be able to tell where the repair was done. It will look just like your natural nails. Plus, you'll only need gel as the material. It's a simple way to add length, so please watch until the end. Okay, let's get started. The other day while cleaning, I accidentally bumped my finger, and the white part of the nail on this ring finger completely broke. Luckily, I didn't hurt my finger, but when the white part of the nail breaks, it is quite noticeable. So, in this video, I'd like to show you how to make a broken nail longer in a natural nail-like way on this ring finger of mine. I'm going to start by telling you the method up front. You can fix it using a nail form to add length. All you need to do is add a color that matches your natural nail like this, and it's as simple as that. The only thing you'll need is gel, so I encourage you to give it a go. So before we start with the gel, let's prepare the nail for long-lasting results. Start by using a ceramic pusher to remove the thin skin layer at the base of your nail. This thin layer can be a hindrance when applying gel nails, so use the ceramic pusher to gently rub it away in circular motions. Once you've removed the thin layer, use a file to shorten the white part at the tip of your nail. If it remains straight from the break, it will be challenging to attach the nail form later, so trim it to match the shape of your other nails as closely as possible. Next, use a file to lightly roughen the surface of your nails. This is called sanding, and it allows the gel to adhere better to your natural nails, reducing the risk of peeling. To avoid damaging your natural nails, lightly roughening them is sufficient, so there is no need to overdo it. Once you've finished filing, use a paper towel soaked in ethanol to remove any oil or residue from the surface of your nails. Oil is gel's worst enemy. Wipe it away along with any nail file debris for a clean surface. Okay, the preparation is complete. Now, let's attach a nail form to the finger you want to make longer. Start by taking one nail form and remove it from the backing. Next, cut out this circular part and attach it to this side of the form. By doing this, the form for the part you want to make longer becomes more stable and won't lose its shape. Next, put the form back on the backing. Then, roll it onto a nail brush or a pen to give it a curve. Adding a curve to the form before attaching it to a nail will make it fit more comfortable. Once the nail form is prepared, attach it to the finger you want to make longer. Be mindful of keeping it straight in line with the bone of your finger. Check if the curve of the nail matches the curve of the form by placing it under your nail. If it doesn't match, use scissors to trim it to fit the shape of your nail. Once you've finished cutting the form, attach it to your finger. Check to ensure that the form reaches all the way to the weakest part of the nail, known as the stress point, where the nail begins to separate from the finger. Once you've ensured that the foam adheres securely and that it aligns in a straight line with your finger, the attachment of the foam is complete. You can also use household items like cellophane tape or masking tape as an alternative to the nail foam if you don't have any available to use. I give it a go myself, but cutting it to fit the nail shape and attaching it was quite challenging. So I recommended using the nail foam whenever you can though. Once the nail foam is attached, apply a base coat as the foundation. When applying the base coat, be sure to brush it on in short, up and down strokes to ensure it adheres securely and penetrates any scratches made with the file. After finishing the application of the base coat, cure it. Now, let's mix color gel to achieve a natural nail-like appearance. Take a tiny amount of milky white and mustard gel onto a nail palette or aluminum foil. Now, add clear gel to it. A rough guideline is to have milky white and mustard in a 1:8 ratio compared to clear gel. Once mixed together, you can test the color on your nail to see whether it is the right tone for you. If it appears a bit too yellow, add more milky white to bring it closer to your natural nail color. Adjust the color multiple times until it matches your natural nail color, and then add clear gel to keep it semi-transparent and prevent it from becoming too dark. Once you have the gel in a color that matches your natural nail, use a fine line brush to apply the color gel only to the areas of the nail where you want to add length. Be sure to apply the gel all the way to the stress point where the nail begins to separate from the finger to prevent cracking in that area. Once you've finished, apply the gel to the both sides up to the stress points. Cure it as it is. This is now cured. At this stage, the area you applied earlier is still thin, so I'll go ahead and apply hard gel to give it thickness and strength. Use an oval brush to scoop up the gel and spread it over the entire nail. Hard gel is a firm, highly stretchable gel similar to syrup, so it may be a bit challenging to work with a brush. However, by moving the brush more slowly than usual, you can gain better control, so take your time while applying it. Apply it over the entire nail, then allow some time for it to become smooth and cure it. When curing the hard gel with the light, you may feel the heat of the curing process. It's a common characteristic of this gel, so try to avoid excessive heat. Cure it by exposing it to the light for 2 to 3 seconds. And if it feels too hot, release and repeat the process, gradually achieving the cure. If your nails are thin or you're sensitive to heat, using this method to cure the gel will be helpful for you. After curing, it's time to remove the foam. Detach the foam along the dotted line and remove it while tilting it downward from the nail tip. The white part of the lengthened nail now looks like your natural nail. At this stage, check the strength of the nail. If it still feels somewhat soft when you press it with a wood stick or something similar, go ahead and apply hard gel again to add thickness. If applying, ensure you apply the hard gel slowly and evenly without rushing. Hard gel is quite thick, so move it slowly as you apply. After applying it all over, flip your nail over temporarily and use gravity to smooth out the texture of the gel, making the nail surface nice and even. Once the surface is smooth, it will harden. Once you've achieved the desired thickness, dampen a piece of kitchen paper with ethanol or a gel cleanser and wipe away any sticky, uncured gel. Now, let's move on to shaping the extended part of the nail tip using a file to give it the desired shape. Keeping it a similar length and shape as the other nails will create a more natural look. Finally, wipe away any residue with ethanol once more, and you are done. Even when you compare it to your other fingers, it will be hard to tell which one you extended in length, as it looks just like your natural nails. I hope you'll give this method a go when one of your nails breaks. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye.